Hey guys, Andrew Esquivel here, back with a shrimp tank update, and today I'm going to be talking about color mutations in my dream blue velvet shrimp tank. Oh my, oh yes. Take a look at this guy right here. Isn't he pretty? Isn't he different? You see, a dream blue velvet shrimp, let's find a good example of one. Let's say right here. It is a solid, even, deep blue that is translucent with dark black eyes to go with it. But then you take a look at him. His eyes are white. Very, very white. Strikingly so in real life. And I apologize that my camera isn't better so that I can show you this, but take a gander. And you notice his blue is not that even dark blue. It almost looks black, and I'm sure many of you would have thought that it was black, but this is a color variation that I cannot find an official name for. So for right now, we're just going to call it Midnight Blue, because this is the absolute darkest variation of blue you can get in a Neocardinia davidi shrimp that is not black. Now, I know this to be the case because he is related to all these guys, everyone. They all have the same parents. Now, I have taken shrimp that are like this guy right here, with this insanely dark blue, because I noticed it wasn't black, it really was blue. And I put them in my personal shrimp tank upstairs, right beside my bed, in the 2.5 gallon, and I let them breed because I wanted to see if maybe I could create a new strain of blue. Well, turns out that these ultra dark blues, these midnight blue shrimp, produce the best dream blue velvet shrimp I have ever seen. I'm talking perfect coloration, no variations, all one great solid color, extremely healthy, and just gorgeous to look at, but they didn't look anything like their parents. And they certainly did not have these white eyes. So the ones upstairs, the midnight blues I have upstairs that were taken several months ago to reproduce in my bedside tank so I can observe more closely, never had these white eyes. They had the same dark color, but not the eyes. And I know I keep talking about the eyes, but my goodness, that's such a deviation from the norm. Well, like I said, those midnight blues produced insanely good offspring for the dream blue category, but this is definitely different, and this little guy is not alone. He has some brothers and sisters in this tank that are indeed just like him, this really insanely dark blue with the white eyes, and there's only a few select examples of this. Now then, you may or may not know, but there is a different species of shrimp. I don't know if they're dwarf shrimp, but they are part of the Cardinia family. Now, these are Neocardinia davidi, so they are a different species, but there is a type of shrimp in the Cardinia family that has these white eyes and insanely dark blue pigmentation. This is like the Neo version of that shrimp. And forgive me because I forget the name of the shrimp, but I think it's something along the lines of like blue tiger shrimp or something like that. And just to show you he's not alone, there's that guy right there, and then there's one on the pane of glass right there. That's as far as I can zoom in, but notice, once again, you can tell the eyes are very, very white. Well, I hope you can tell. Incredible. So, this is the second time I've had a notable color mutation with shrimp that I keep. The first mutation I ever experienced was with some cherries, and a color mutation happened, and I got my first ever neon yellow shrimp from my cherries. Huh, interesting how that works. Funny thing is, some of the best dream blue velvets come from chocolate shrimp, sometimes known as shoko shrimp, I believe, depending on, what official name you want to go by. There are a lot of charts out there, and there's a lot of breeders who name their shrimp a bunch of different things that aren't really noted on the official color scales. But, yes, I had my first mutation from a cherry, and the offspring was neon yellow. Now, of course, these little guys over here are all neon yellow. They were from a breeder that I got them from, and, of course, they breed pretty true. But the yellows derive from the cherries, and some of the best dream blues derive from chocolates. And yet, these midnight blues are just so fantastic. But the midnight blues with the white eyes are something completely new. Something very, very different. And I am going to try and isolate that gene. Yes, that's right. It's time to take the shrimp that I've had in my bedside out of their tank and put them in with the rest of the dream blues now that their genetic variations are a little different, so it's a little less quote-unquote inbreeding. Instead of brother and sister, in this case it'll be a cousin. Don't think of it in human terms. That's not don't do that. Shrimp are very different in the way that they can accept that kind of breeding. Here's a great contrast between the two. Normal on the top, very abnormal on the bottom. Very interesting. And he swims away. So yes, I want to try isolating those white eyes, that super dark midnight blue color. And even if I can just get the white eyes and get some really nice dream blue color out of them, that would be so cool to have these white-eyed shrimp. And just for reference, these shrimp, yes, they are all related, and there is selective breeding and culling that is done, but their parents originally derived from two separate breeders. You see, I like to make sure there is as little inbreeding as possible during the beginning in order to create more stable genetics. So I had two different breeders, and I combined the same color, Dream Blue Velvet, into these tanks, and that's what's produced all the offspring that you see. And somewhere along the lines, we got white eyes. Midnight blue moon-eyed shrimp. How about that? That sounds cool, right? Well, the adventure begins soon. I can't put them in my new tank, because that's where my Bloody Mary cherries will go. But if I can reliably reproduce what I guess I will call my midnight blue moon-eyed shrimp, I'm going to try repurposing that tank once all the fry are out of there. My blue Moscow guppy fry. So, tell me what you think. Do you like the name that I've picked out for them? Is there already an official name that I have somehow overlooked? And what do you think about the shrimp in general? I'd like to hear what you say.